And we're back. So the one thing that I have trouble with here is that minors are just sort of broadly defined as under 18, which I guess is sort of technically something the whole world pretty much agrees on. But
yeah, but usually on like,
yeah, you can't say that like an 18-year-old is should somehow be controlled in the same way as a 4-year-old. Now,
I had my stuff a lot more figured out when I was 18 than when I was 12.
Yes, absolutely. Now, something to keep in mind is that China isn't treating everyone exactly the same.
No.
Online microtransactions, for example, are capped. They're capped at $28 monthly if you're under 8 years old, $57 monthly if you're under 16, and then if you are older than that, there doesn't appear to be an online microtransactions cap, I guess presumably because you're making your own money maybe, or like...
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure, I don't know.
Random aside, when did you get your first job?
How can I fathom the logic of the Chinese government?
Roughly how old?
I was 16.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I got a job as lifeguard.
So, what, you?
15.
15. I was like 13, but it was a paper route. My first real one was like 14, 15.
Also, you're tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helps.
So you're not allowed to work as a lifeguard until you're 16.
That makes sense.
So,
but like, so everyone here basically had a job by the time they were 16.
Yeah.
At least some form of income,
Oh, yeah.
not necessarily
I had
a full-time job.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's have a look though at some of the other measures, which not all of them appear to be segmented depending on how old the minor is.
Yeah.
So first, they're going to be registering online. They're going to force you to register online game accounts with your real name and phone number. So they're building a unified system to track identity and playtime across games.
One thing that spooks me about that is you're registering.
One thing.
Yeah, there's definitely a number, but this information is probably being handed to the game developer. Register online game accounts with your real name, phone number, unless they do like a payment gateway system where you have to have like effectively like an iframe to a different website.
It's really hard to say how they would do it because I know with things like WeChat, for example, is like technically a private entity, but like. So when you tie your sort of like government supervised banking information into your like personal private corporate entity like WeChat account.
So what you're saying is when Tencent owns every gaming company,
it basically is
it just
irrelevant.
doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm not saying it's nice. I'm just saying it is.
Well, I'm just saying that simplifies
an
the whole
irrelevant
equation.
detail.
Yeah.
Okay. What else we got here? They are banning online video games for minors between the hours of 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. Now, this one doesn't appear to be divided up depending on age group. And I gotta say, if I'm a 17-year-old being told, no, you must go to bed at 10 p.m., like you've got to be kidding me. That is ridiculous. Now, I don't think a 6-year-old should be gaming at 10 p.m.
No.
Under any circumstances. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But like. But that's where it's supposed to be up to the judgment of the parents to make a call here. Now this is the big one.
Maybe your dad is only able to come home pretty darn late at night, and sometimes you sleep on the couch, and then when he comes home, you play Super Mario Bros. Together, and it's a really cool thing.
Yeah, maybe you have a nap before that. I don't know.
Maybe that happens, okay?
Now, everything so far has at least sort of seemed somewhat, maybe sort of reasonable, because these are kids that are supposed to be going to school, so you shouldn't be gaming while you're supposed to be sleeping, especially if the argument being made for it is that this is to ensure health and proper development of children.
Yeah.
Registering online game accounts with a real name and number, you know what? There's lots of arguments to be made both ways, but there are compelling arguments to be made for that people should probably be held accountable for the way that they behave online. This next one, though, I think...
I would not want to be held accountable for anything I did online in terms of talking to people in video games before I was like, like 22. Yeah, I don't know.
So maybe you wouldn't have done it, just saying.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe you were just dumb at that time.
Either way,
I
this
think
one,
holding
though,
kids accountable for things they say and do when they're older is like not cool in general.
things they say and do when they're older?
No.
Oh.
holding them accountable when they're older for things they said and did when
Well,
they were
this doesn't
younger.
say anything about holding them accountable when they're older. I think the plan is to hold them accountable right now.
Yeah, that's fair. But
Anyway.
you mentioned the okay, yeah, that is fair. But like, I wouldn't want that on my record. You know what I mean?
Well, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Remember, you live in China. You don't get to pick what's on your record.
I know, I get. I'm just saying in general.
Okay.
I'm just, you know.
I think the next one is the most unassailably ridiculous. Minors are restricted to 90 minutes of game time every day, except national holidays. Freaking arbitrary.
Hooray, double the game time.
Hooray, it's Chairman Mao Day or whatever. I don't actually know if they have a Chairman Mao
I have
Day.
no idea.
I was, you know, first time I went to China, I was blown away that they have his picture on the money. I was like, really? Anyway, so minors are restricted to 90 days. So on national holidays.
So New Year's Day, Chinese New Year, I don't know how to say this festival, Labor Day, Dragon Boat Festival, Mid-Autumn Festival, National Day of the People's Republic of China, and Golden Week.
Okay.
Golden Week.
So yeah, you're allowed a maximum of 3 hours on national holidays. And then this is where things get super duper crazy. For adult gamers, they are banning playing games that depict sexual explicitness, goriness, violence, and gambling.
By most video games. So EA Sports is like,
I don't know, it depends on how the NBA relationship goes.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That does legitimately cut a lot of games.
Yeah, and like games that I would look at and go like really? Like gambling, define gambling. Like if I go to the, like if I'm playing
Pokemon
like a Final
Red
Fantasy
Blue
game.
banned because they have a casino.
Yeah, right? Because it doesn't even say that you can gamble in the game. Like it doesn't say anything about real money.
Yeah.
It just says depicts
gambling.
gambling.
And depicting violence like that is genuinely an extremely large amount of video games. No matter like what scale you go to, like, because there's even games where like, I don't know, you're, what is the name of that game? Silicon Valley Space Station or something? It's a really weird, really weird old game that used to be on N64, really wacky. The developers of that game went on to make something pretty major that I don't remember the name of. But you like became different animals and you'd go around and you had to like fight stuff, but it was usually like other animals and it was the most cartoony thing you could ever imagine.
Right.
And like, but it was, I mean, you're technically fighting things. So
Like
it was
is
violence.
Crash Bandicoot out?
That's right. Like, does it matter the scale of this is clearly not real?
I don't know, dude.
Like maybe COD is banned, but like,
There would just be
is
different
Fortnite?
Yeah, like Splatoon.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. Because like, yeah, sure, it's paint, so I don't know. But sometimes you like run people over with a roller,
Yeah.
and that would
Is that
hurt,
violence?
and it like flattens the person out. Like that's, I don't know.
So we can wrap this up. It's not clear how offline single-player games factor into the new guidelines.
Space Station Silicon Valley, yeah.
So that's interesting. I mean, as far as I can tell, on the subject of sexual explicitness, like a lot of the sexually explicit games that I'm aware of are in VR, where there's a big sexually explicit push. But as far as I can tell, it's all offline.
That's borderline even a game. It's just in a whole different category.
Okay, I don't know. I've only gotten as far as like the pictures on the Steam store page.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like legitimately just like the viewer thing. I didn't know you meant like an actual game.
No, I mean actual games.
Okay, I haven't dove into
So
that.
it was kind of interesting. So I let my kids use my index, and I just like popped into the Steam store because my account is an adult account. They just use my account because I'm gonna go buy like additional copies of games. Okay, there's family sharing, but I'm gonna like register my kids for Steam. Like, well, I can't be bothered to deal with this, so they just use my account. Like, there's nothing on there that I wouldn't want them to see.
Right. Yeah,
And I just dropped into the store and it was like VR picks recommended for you, and I'm like, sorry, what is this? It's like Maid Simulator or something. I can't remember exactly what it was called. But it was like, I was like, okay, is this what I think it is? And it was exactly what I thought it was.
Yeah, Steam's a little funky. So
is that online or offline, right?
One thing that you can do is even having an unrestricted adult account, you can choose like, I don't want to see this stuff.
Because Steam even still tracks your, well, I didn't say that. But Steam even tracks your in-game time, even for single-player games.
Yes.
I do kind of wonder how.
Well, this is part of my thing where
Yeah.
like you could try to do it on a platform levels because most platforms do it anyways.
Yeah, what is slippery freaking? You know, speaking of Steam. Okay, you know what? Let's wrap this up, and then I'm going to rant about Steam for a little bit.
Okay.
Blah blah blah. So why is this happening? In 2018, Jinping called for officials to take action on the large amount of nearsighted children caused by schoolwork, phones, and games. So video game addiction was officially recognized as a mental health condition by the WHO in.
By the Who.
In
What a great band.
No, not the band. The World Health Organization in 2018. And then there's, James even put like a whole debate question in here for us. How does this affect China's influence on Western game design? Probably a lot.
Quite majorly, because you're going to be trying to make sure that your game can fit into either 90 or like 30 or 15 or 45-minute segments pretty pristinely.
Yeah.
Having that game cut off at that time so that these guys want
Yeah.
to play your game so they can get maximum amount of
Yep.
matches within their game time is going to be pretty
And that's
important.
more than just like the art of the game. That's even just the fundamental design of
Yep.
the gameplay of the game that is going to be
Yep.
affected by something like this.
Yeah.
Simply stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, just like the segue to our sponsor for today's show. Today's show is brought to you by Ridge Wallet. Use code Linus to get 10% off at ridge.com/Linus. Stop carrying around pointless items in your pocket like receipts, old hotel room keys, and all the other crap that you know you don't need. Ridge Wallet helps you carry less. They use 2 metal plates that are bound by a strong elastic to keep your cards tightly together but still accessible. You just poke them right here and you can whip them out. They're RFID blocking. They have a lifetime guarantee. They're available in aluminum, carbon fiber. Were you playing with the carbon fiber? Oh no, there's the carbon fiber one. This one's sick.
Yeah.
And titanium, and they have a few new styles available, like forged carbon and Damascus steel. They don't just sell wallets, they have battery banks, bags, smartphone covers, and more, so use offer code Linus to save 10% on everything at ridge.com/Linus. The show is also brought to you by the Corsair Virtuoso RGB gaming headset. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Apparently I'm supposed to show you guys the website. Actually, can you pull that up?
Yes.
The Virtuoso website?
On it.
Sweet. This is basically their creme de la creme of RGB gaming headsets. It is wireless. It has 7.1 surround. It has 50mm high-density neodymium drivers. It features all-day comfort memory foam ear cups. That says earbuds. Way to go, Colton and Jono. Clearly ear cups, and is made of machined aluminum for a lightweight yet strong design and maximum comfort. There's 3 ways to connect with their Slipstream wireless, so that's their low latency wireless, USB wired, and a 3.5mm jack. And it features 50 feet of range on wireless. It's got a detachable microphone, and it's Discord certified for crystal clear communication. Check it out today in carbon, white, or gunmetal at the links down below. Finally, the show is brought to you by Savage Jerky.
Oh, fantastic.
Time for me to eat some maple buffalo
Thank you.
bacon.
I'm gonna go right into the ghost
I'm
pepper.
just doing it right
Just
now.
clear myself up a
Savage
little
Jerky
bit.
is made with high quality ingredients without nitrates or preservatives with the goal of creating a snack that's full of flavor without being bad for you. It's so hard to talk because I'm like, wow. They've got 13 different flavors of jerky, such as their sriracha bacon and my favorite, maple buffalo bacon. I love this stuff, it's so good. They also make barbecue sauce, hot sauce, and a spice rub. Check it out at, dang it, there we go, savagejerky.com and use offer code LTT to save 10%. Their hot sauces are amazing. The jerky's great, but honestly, I think the better bang for the buck is in the hot sauce because you can put it on anything.
Very good.
Jerky you have to eat as jerky. Unless.
You can put it on everything.
You should make a BLT with
Is
the
it?
with the
I don't know.
bacon jerky.
But yeah, you can put it on whatever you want.
Whew.
I'm just gonna leave the Savage Jerky thing there for a bit because people get mad if I talk during the regular show, but if I'm still shilling for Savage Jerky, then
They
I
don't
can
seem to
still eat my
mind.
jerky.
Yeah.
I mean, the train's going by anyway, who cares?
In this segment, you have showed for Savage Jerky, loud BMWs, and trains.
Oh, I want to have another piece, but I think Nick is standing here so that I'll tell you guys about our promo on lttstore.com. we are back in stock on Constellations.
Oh, nice.
Also, check this out. So the circuit board shirt, we are blowing them away. The circuit board shirt is going away, and we've got a promo to say goodbye to it. If you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the bloody store, there it is. What's the promo again?
If you add a circuit board shirt and any other item to your cart, the circuit board shirt is $10.
There you go. $10 for a circuit board shirt.
Every once in a while, you guys do sales that are just ridiculous.
I'm partial to the Heather Cranberry personally.
Yeah, I like that one.
Blue one's nice too.
That's the one that has the least size.
That's good.
available.
Is it? Well, whatever. You know.
I'm personal to
TechLink-
the whatever one
TechLink
has the
shirt
most.
is also back.
Oh, and the TechLink shirt is back.
And TechLink passed 1 million. I can't even talk.
TechLink.
TechLink passed 1 million subscribers, so buy a hat.
I know, right? TechLink has
That's
1 million.
so cool.
Tech Quickie has 3 million subscribers.
Oh my god.
I know, right?
Jeez.
What the heck? It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's been
Building an empire!
apparently.
Is it gonna strike back?
All right, thanks, Nick. You can go. Strike back.
Hopefully.
Strike you.
New Star Wars movie's coming out. Are you gonna go see it? Nope, I don't think so.
You know what? It's funny you ask, because I was planning to go see it. I was actually kind
Oh.
of thinking we would organize a like rent a theater and invite LMG and floatplane people,
Oh my
plus
god.
as many plus however many as they want to bring, and
Yeah.
we'll just like take over a theater and watch it.
That sounds awesome.
It won't be like on launch day, because like obviously
Whatever.
every theater is going to be full on
Yeah,
launch day.
that's fine.
But yeah, I think Yvonne was supposed to delegate that to David to
Okay.
find a day and coordinate it.
We should
Because it's
do.
like pretty expensive, but in the grand scheme of things, for like a corporate event, it's like pretty reasonable.
I'd be more than happy to like chip. That would just be super cool.
I'm pretty excited.
Like, yeah. If you had people cover like normal ticket price to help offset the cost,
it wouldn't make a difference. Don't worry about it.
okay.
Yeah, fine.
I'd be more than happy. We should definitely go like do something. I don't know, get food or something after, because
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna want to talk about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna have stuff to say. I haven't even watched a single trailer. I already know I'm gonna have stuff to
Yeah,
say.
I've been trying to stay away from it as much as possible. All I've seen is I'm not even going to go into it.
All right, let's move on to Intel publishing misleading high-performance computing benchmarks. So this is
Yeah.
posted by Willie W. on the forum, and the original article here is from servethehome.com. I love the URL. Patrick, you're a gentleman and a scholar.
One thing I want to say before we go into this.
Yeah.
The last time we talked about Intel stuff, and you and I both went into a bit of a talk about like mind share and how they've left cons and how they just don't have like the vote of the people really right now and all that other kind of stuff.
This ain't gonna help.
I got an email from someone at Intel saying like, I don't remember how it was like, I have a question about this. It was just like the video, but then there wasn't necessarily a question. And I meant to respond. I'm not 100% sure if I did respond. But if I didn't, this is not it. You missed. Just way off target.
You done goofed.
Yeah, I'm still totally down to talk, by the way. Sorry if I didn't hit your email. I've been super sick. But
So Intel,
yeah.
I love this. Patrick, you're great. servethehome.com/intel-performance-strategy-team-publishing-intentionally-misleading-benchmarks. Whoops. So they published a set of benchmarks showing showing the advantage of a dual Intel Xeon Platinum 9282 system versus the AMD EPYC 7742.
Yeah.
So our buds over at Serve the Home noticed the numbers looked a little weird, particularly the Gromax geomean test in the life and material science section. A 20% delta seemed kind of strange on a 400-watt 56-core part.
I will also say the last time I met with a bunch of Intel people and talked about stuff, I brought up Serve the Home. So there you
So
go.
following the footnotes revealed that Intel had used Gromax 2019.3 rather than 2019.4, the new version that has been out since October 2nd and includes a fix called AMD Zen 2 detection. Basically, the previous version doesn't support AMD's EPYC Rome architecture properly.
Yeah.
Now, okay, if we're going to talk about the letter of the law, the test is still valid.
Yes.
Because they did technically use the same version on each machine.
It's just
But this
not
is lawful
fair
evil.
or relevant. Yes.
Lawful evil,
Yep.
not Like lawful good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah, it's not nice. It's not like, you know what? Good job, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You guys are doing good. We just want to show our numbers too, you know? No.
As outlined by Serve the Home, they pulled similar stunts on several other tests, including using ICC compiler. Is that the stupid Intel compiler? Hold on.
Because they could also, I mean, they could also run this stuff on like Windows XP, and it wouldn't be an invalid test.
Okay.
It just wouldn't matter.
Okay. So, yep, using ICC compiler, using lower thread counts with AMD, using
Nice.
old Linux kernels,
Yeah, okay, that was pretty much my point.
using a last gen board that doesn't support PCI Express Gen 4, comparing their 400 watt part to AMD's 225 watt part, while AMD, by the way, does also offer a 280 watt part, and they also just didn't bother to mention the price of their solution, which is not even close. Like, it's not even on the same planet. Intel responded, updating their blog post with numbers from GROMACS 2019.4 with no material difference to earlier data posted on the 2019.3 version. They also said that threads per core equals 1 was a typo and they meant 2.
So there's some stuff here.
Yeah.
GROMACS whatever .3, the one that they used. It's very likely that they didn't publish these numbers immediately.
You're right. It probably took time
Yes.
to make its way through legal and all that.
Yes. So .4 might not have been out in time. I know it was October 2nd. That is actually pretty recent, if you line everything up. Some companies are a little slow about doing things. Intel is a massive giant of a company. It might have taken a long time for them to do all of this. So, like, we can throw them a little bit of a bone there. I'm just making sure everyone's aware of the situation. I'm not saying it's fair or valid.
I think they're thoroughly boned right now. They don't need more bone.
Okay. That sounds solid. I just wanted to throw them that. Using old Linux kernels, all this other kind of stuff, not cool. I hadn't even read that part when I made my like Windows XP joke, and that just hit home so much better that was there. I don't know. This is not cool.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the answer is for Intel to stop publishing benchmarks of their own products.
It has not been going well for them. And like this happens all the time. And we've had issues like this with AMD before. Let's just be totally clear. First party benchmarks, every single time they're ever brought up on WAN Show, we go, wait till reviewers get it, because it's like
here's
very
the problem
often
too, though.
twisted.
You know, I really feel like the industry needs like a performance evaluation consortium.
Yeah.
For a long,
sweet.
like ever since SSDs started getting more complex than just some basic wear leveling and garbage collection.
Sure.
It's been pretty much impossible to use off-the-shelf software in order to evaluate their performance, because nowadays, especially through a combination of DRAM caching and operating some of the flash in SLC mode and some of it in like freaking TLC
There's
or
ways to manipulate stuff.
QLC mode. There's ways to tune an SSD such that 98% of the time in a consumer workload, it'll perform like hot beans. Whereas in that one sort of exception, like say for example, you've got a CFast media card plugged in via USB 3 10 gig, and you're copying that media, and your performance just tanks. If there were tools that were more easily accessible that would help the average person understand the performance of a product versus just the specs, I think that would be to the advantage of consumers everywhere. And the only reason to keep all of your benchmarking tools private and in-house would be if you don't want anyone else looking at them. And so I remember telling Intel at some point, I was like, look, creating an IO trace is a little bit above our level right now. This is a tool that, once you know how to do it, is as simple as doing a bunch of things and then seeing how quickly the drive can run its way through it.
Yeah.
Could you guys like
do that,
create that tool, and then we can make the ultimate decision of sort of what sorts of workloads we feel are important for our users.
Right.
And they were like, oh yeah, that seems like a cool idea. And this was just a lower level person I was talking to. I didn't really expect it to go anywhere, and it didn't. And so this is a great example of how, you know, it would never happen. But what we really need is for Intel, AMD, throw IBM and ARM in there while we're at it.
Sure.
To get together and say, okay, look, how are our customers actually using our products? How do we help them make educated decisions?
This is how we're going to test it. We're all going to test it this way.
In the meantime, though, I guess, just read Serve the Home.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this is probably our last topic for the day because I think my brain might explode if I try and keep talking after this. The original source is The Guardian, and James Dean will apparently be resurrected for a new Vietnam War drama.
Okay, stop. Laptop screen's down. What do you think?
I hate it.
Yeah, okay, sweet. I think we agree. We can open up again. I wanted to see if you disagreed with me. This is nuts. Apparently his family licensed his image, I guess, I don't know, to show up in the movie. That's super off-putting. I wouldn't want my family to be able to do that. To be fair, at the same time.
Could I still be hosting tech videos in 100 years?
And you don't get to be okay or not okay with what you say.
Yeah, because acting, film is art.
Yeah. TechWiki's art, but even if it isn't, whatever, you're saying stuff in TechWiki. You can't say no at this point. You are putting a portrayal across. I think it's a different level than musicians doing performances on stage, because then they're just doing the song, right? So whatever hologram Tupac or whatever they did, Tupac. That's because I can't talk properly right now.
But
okay.
There's more to it than that.
That's
what if Tupac didn't want to participate in that particular performance?
That's fair.
There's an association with their brand that every artist has to make a judgment call every time they appear in a live performance or
and that could even
recorded
be
performance.
The country or the state or the province or the town that you show up in.
Yeah, that could be the script. Maybe the underlying message of the movie. Just to use an example. What if Rosie O'Donnell, they used her likeness for some, ultra far left-leaning, show after she died or whatever. She probably wouldn't be super pleased with that.
I don't know where her stances are, but in general, yeah.
Pretty right.
How can you? Okay,
yeah,
sure. But you can't determine. Yeah. And what if their opinion would have changed in that time?
Exactly. That's another thing too. You can't just pretend that the day someone died, that's it. Given the context of, what he died, he died 64 years ago. So given how much has changed in the world in 64 years, we can't say that James Dean might not be a completely different person today if he was still alive.
His stances on things may have changed.
So the filmmakers will. This is a horrible quote. We searched high and low for the perfect character to portray the role, which has some extreme, complex character arcs, and after months of research, we decided on James Dean. No, find an actor. There's this is such a they took our jobs moment.
But my
the dead are taking our jobs.
That's fair. My biggest concern here is not with the directors, though. I have no issue with that, to be completely honest. My issue is the family goes, yeah, we see this as his fourth movie that he never got to make. We do not intend to let his fans down. His family's just yeah, sick, let's do it, give me that money. That's more of a problem, in my opinion. Because, if you approach a family and in, the will or something, I don't know how this works, they're I'd love to keep appearing in movies digitally, that he said 64 years ago.
Yeah, right.
But whatever. Let's just assume that's there. Then sure, whatever.
Right.
But, because, again, this is up to, the license of the person is fine.
But
so if someone goes, sure, you can license me out after.
Okay, so now we're talking about licensing people, which is madness in the first place. But, let me give you a whole other, level of madness.
Yeah.
When does a person enter public domain? When can my grandkids make a video starring James Dean?
Wouldn't that be...
And upload it to their YouTube channel?
Under the current letter of the law, wouldn't that be 100 years or something? Wouldn't that legitimately happen?
I can't remember. But that's never been a thing before. Licensing a person has never been a thing.
I love this kind of stuff.
So the filmmakers will use pre-existing film and photographs to create a full-body CGI of Dean with another actor providing his voice. They can't even, this is... They have received backlash online.
Oh, yeah.
One director said, "We never intended for this to be a marketing gimmick. He was both saddened and confused by the negative comments.
Oh, I'm so confused. I never
You're
saw
an
this
idiot.
coming. Yeah.
You're like actually stupid.
You can switch to my screen if you want to show this. I'm already on it.
Yeah, Chris Evans, Captain America piped up. I'm sure he'd be thrilled. This is awful. Cap, I'm getting mixed messages here. Maybe we could get a computer to paint us a new Picasso or write a couple new John Lennon tunes. The complete lack of understanding here is shameful. Yeah, pretty much. Thanks,
Yeah.
Cap. Couldn't have put it
Yeah.
better myself.
Thanks, buddy. Hope you're having a good day.
Yeah. Robin Williams' daughter called it puppeteering the dead
See,
for
this
their
is-
clout alone.
Thank you for someone's family responding to this properly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? Ah, man, it's very weird. Like, the statement of, like, we see this as his fourth film that he never got to make.
No, it
Thank you
isn't.
very much for all of the money that you just gave us.
Yeah.
For our dead for a very long time relative that we probably didn't know very well.
Yeah, no
And
kidding. Dead 64 years ago. Like,
So, thanks for the moolah.
wow.
Don't even know if I'm going to watch it. Like, I don't know, man. I'm not down with this at all. But, yeah.
I mean, even posthumously releasing works of an artist that they did create, like the Tolkien stories. Didn't Tupac, speaking of Tupac, didn't Tupac release an album posthumously?
Posthumously.
After he died.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't followed it too closely. But yeah,
That's a word I've only read. Never heard anyone say.
there is some weird stuff there. Like, I haven't looked into it, but if
Yeah.
Tolkien told, because it's Tolkien's son that continued that, right?
I think so.
So if Tolkien told his son that,
Yeah.
like, he can keep working on his universe,
Yeah.
then great.
Right.
For as far as I'm concerned, that's fantastic.
And like, there's other gray areas. So, artists performing their work, but like in hologram or whatever.
Yeah.
That's more gray than this.
Yes.
I would say it's not
Yeah.
even that gray.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the whole. So I remember reading at one point. Don't quote me on this though, please. That Disney was waiting for some sort of statute of limitations to expire after Robin Williams' death, and that they had enough material from his recording sessions for Genie for Aladdin. The previous Aladdin movies to like write an Aladdin 4 with Robin Williams as Genie, just around his lines, because apparently the first movie was just kind of
mostly
written or rewritten based on him ad-libbing things.
yeah.
in the voice
I've
booth.
heard that as well.
And that's like already pretty craptastic, but from my understanding of like the way that voice acting contracts work, it's maybe not that outlandish.
I think that's still technically
So
valid.
I was reading an article on Toy Story 4 from the. I feel really bad because I forget her name. Voice of.
Oh, dude, I don't know like any actors or actresses' names at all.
All right, here we go. Annie Potts. So, who's the voice actress for Bo Peep
Sure.
in Toy Story?
Awesome.
And apparently, with all the changes to the script and the fact that they don't read in the same room as each other and how long they've been working on it, she had never actually seen a finished script. And it wasn't until the movie was screened to her that she realized that she was like the leading character. So apparently, this is just a thing.
Yeah. And that
but
happens
it's like-
in video game stuff too. You just give
It's a
them a whole
sketchy
bunch of
thing.
lines and
Yeah.
they just use whatever they want / can. You are paid for those lines that you delivered. So I don't know. That could be its own thing.
Still a gray area, though.
Yeah,
as far as
it
I'm
depends on
concerned.
how the contract works and stuff. That's I guess my kind of thing. If there's pre-existing agreements for this kind of stuff, then great. And I don't know the Tolkien situation, but I think that would be a good example. If there was already a pre-existing agreement there of like continue on,
Yeah.
then fantastic.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a positive service there.
Yeah, I mean, there really is so much danger of the after death work being just not even close to the quality
Yes.
and just sullying
Yeah.
the original work. Like,
That's my biggest concern.
have you read a Bernstein Bears book by Mike Bernstein, the son of Stan and Jan?
No.
They're terrible. Like, he writes like a grade 6 kid.
Ugh.
Like, no offense, Mike, but you suck. Like, you're awful.
I guess that's a little
It's
bit
like
of offense.
there's a line, and we have this stupid dinosaur dig one, and it's like brother and sister liked those dinosaurs. Like, what are you even talking about? That's not writing. That's just you're awful,
At a certain point, you don't want to give it to your kids because
and you should quit.
they'll talk poorly.
All right,
Are we talking about the last topic that we mentioned?
sure, why not? Microsoft reports 40% increased productivity after decreasing working days. This is specifically Microsoft Japan. They tested a 4-day work week. Now, what I did notice is that it doesn't say anything about how long the days are of those 4 days. So if they're like 4 12-day work days, then yeah, I could see needing a break. They also did other things at the same time, including capping meetings at 30 minutes and increasing remote conferences. They reduced their electricity cost, and they printed somehow 60% fewer pages in the period. I don't really...
That's pretty weird. That sounds like there was a sweeping amount of changes. There's also something that I would be really aware of, which is if you hear this change is going to be tested in your area, you're probably going to bust your butt for the amount of time that's going, because then you get a free extra day off for the rest of time.
Yeah, we also don't know like how... we don't know what the total work week actually looked like. According to a 2016 government study, almost a quarter of Japanese companies required employees to work more than 80 hours of overtime a month. So yeah, there you go. That's a thing.
Who knows?
Let's do a super chat thing. Kang says, "Did you just get started?" Back when you posted that.
Who knows?
Yes. Cupcake person, LTX 2021 happening? Why don't we worry about 2020 first? Yes, 2020 is happening.
Hey!
Tyler says, fan since Sensei IX. Thanks, Tyler. Thanks, Cam. Any possibility of keeping WAN show episodes as a Plex web show? I don't know, maybe. It's a low priority, like everything to do with WAN show. No offense, WAN show, you're wonderful, WAN show. Good job.
Everything to do with Plex Integrate.
Good job, WAN show. WAN show is like the only production that we still do that uses equipment that we owned when we started Linus Media Group. This table has been with us since the very beginning.
Yep.
Karaz says, would you consider a video comparing Ultrabooks and eGPU noise and performance? No, not really. I mean, the noise of an Ultrabook is the noise of an Ultrabook, and then the noise of the eGPU is the noise of the eGPU, and you literally put them together. TechX says, what app do you use for AirPods Pros on Android? I actually just don't even bother. I just use them because I don't really care what my battery life is. It is alive until the noise cancellation starts to kind of like derp out, and then it's not, and I put it in the case. Honestly, I mostly wear them not even listening to music because the noise cancellation is so good, and they're just really comfy. So
part of this being sick thing was that I lost not all hearing. I lost a significant amount of my hearing in both my ears for like a week, and then just randomly, while I was just sitting around, it kind of cleared back up, and it was like partially scary and extremely painful for a little while. And like the fridge sounded extremely loud, and I was like, "Oh my god, I want to unplug that thing."
And you don't even have kids.
No. Yeah.
Hi, Dury says, since I can't afford the LTT underwear, here's all my Google Rewards money.
Heck,
and it's like 10 euros. You were getting close, dude.
That was Google Rewards money, though.
Not that close.
I don't think he can spend that on.
I would be forever grateful if you could hook me up with a coupon code. I stayed up until 2 a.m. to send this. I have no idea how to... I don't even have a tool to message you, dude. I'm so sorry.
I also don't think the racket of like turning Google Rewards money into LTT store money is probably going to be a thing we're going to want to continue in the future.
It's our new money laundering operation.
Unless that is something you want to do.
No.
Good luck.
Thanks, Yabalrid. Thanks, Eric. Apparently this is brought to you by Gamers Nexus at gamersnexus.net.
Awesome.
Thanks for that.
Heck yeah.
Paul, any opinion on the Halloween video feedback? Yeah, I think I'm just too old. Seth says, okay, boomer.
Halloween.
Speaking of Gamers Nexus,
A bunch of people are sending Gamers Nexus. Enclave Strong sent a Gamers Nexus message. Okay, what are you guys doing? What's going on?
Did you guys talk about how Steve went off on gaming chairs on Twitter yesterday night?
No.
That was awesome. I liked it.
His message was, stop rebranding the same chair and selling it as though it is like different.
Revolutionary. I just added that in. That's not necessarily what he said. I don't remember what he said, but I thought it was funny.
Alejandro says, what happened to the release of TechLink stress balls? Yeah, where are my stress balls?
Dude.
We're working on it.
Wear like 8 things, you know?
What's the Halloween video?
He gave out like $15K worth of stuff.
Yeah, for Halloween.
This? That.
Yeah. Some people liked it. Some people thought it was fake. It wasn't. I don't know.
Did you give it to random people?
Oh, yeah. Some people thought it was dumb. It kind of was.
That would be a weird thing to fake.
Yeah.
You bought all this? Or at least some of
A
it?
lot of it.
What?
Bought a
the-
lot of it. A lot of it I grabbed from here.
Did they even know what they were getting?
A lot of them did, actually.
Huh. Thanks.
That kid was upset because I gave him candy because I thought he was too young to appreciate hardware. He comes back later and cries because he wanted a cell phone.
What?
Anyway, fine.
Okay. You got candy, which is cool by itself.
He got a whole bag of M&Ms. I was like this big.
That's amazing. That's like the king house when you're a kid. Man, so that kind of bothers me a little bit.
Daniel
So
asks if
entitled.
we've got the GTX Razer Blade Stealth yet. Yes, haven't gotten around to working on it yet though. Sebastian is sending more Google Opinion Rewards money. Boomer. Thanks, Sebastian.
Okay, the dude in the Stormtrooper hat is fantastic. I'm gonna watch this later. That's funny.
Thanks, Tyler.
I want a cell phone. Oh my god.
Thanks, Kyle Tellers. You guys should get Janice to guest host an episode of Tech Linked. Not a bad suggestion, Peter.
Cool.
We've never had Taryn do one. We realized that today. So he's signed up in the queue. Tristan says, can you do some sort of fun collab with Steve? I worry he's working too much and not giving himself enough time to recover. What is with all the Gamers Nexus people?
Yeah, so you should work with him more.
Yeah, so that he can have more time to recover. Thanks, Johnny Nimble. Vincent says, at what point did you become a communist, Linus?
What?
I don't know. Let's see the red back there? Even my chair is red.
What about the blue? Is mine blue?
Yeah,
Haha.
yours is blue.
Yeah.
Sion says, free super chats?
Oh, it's just black.
And you wasted your super chat on that. Matt Y says, Ryzen 9 or 9900K. Stay tuned. Just wait. That's all I'll say for now. Just wait a little bit. Matthew says, can you do your shirts in 100% cotton? Probably not. We like the blend, so we're going to stick with the blend for now. Cotton would be cheaper, but like, yeah.
The shirts are always. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Shirts are already crazy cheap.
Hey, have you seen the design for the float plane shirt to commemorate
No.
launching
Did you?
like float plane and stuff? Hold on, I don't have
On Teams?
Yeah, it's on Teams. I don't
phone's
have
dead.
Teams logged in here, so I can't show it
phone's
to you
dead,
right now,
okay.
but it's pretty sick.
Do you want to show it on camera? Or?
My Teams notifications
Yeah, sure,
are
we can
a
show it
little
on
derp.
camera, I guess. You won't be able to see much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I also sent like 4 messages to James today through Teams. I don't think any of them went through. He kept on asking me if I was doing WAN, and I kept on going, yeah. And then he'd ask me again, and I'd be like, yeah. And I don't think any of the yeahs went
No, he
through.
didn't hear from you.
Yeah, so I don't think any of that worked. Oh, yes, I've seen it. Sorry. Yes,
So,
I've definitely seen that.
Is that the copy we agreed on?
Believe
Yeah.
so.
My
okay.
brain was still deciding that this was a pin.
How do you like the copy?
Like the font?
text.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Oh no, I mean, do you think it's like
words.
funny though?
Funny. Oh, because of the... Yeah, no, I like it.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, this is it, guys. It's an LTT logo and a float plane logo kind of hacked together, and it says Beta Squadron.
Yeah, I thought that part was cool.
Because we just think that's pretty funny.
I think it's sweet. I like it a lot. I just...
beta.
Because we're
Yeah.
beta.
When I first
Beta
saw
AF.
it, when I first saw it, I thought it was a pin, and my brain's just like attached to that way too much. I don't know why. So when you mentioned shirt, I was like, no, I've seen a pin.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no, I've definitely seen
It's
that.
coming soon. Ish.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Joshua has a great discussion topic for us. LTT, great channel or greatest channel? Discuss.
It's tremendous.
Todd sent us a joke. What do you call broccoli that isn't green?
There's some really good
Cauliflower.
channels out there.
Yeah, that's the answer, but that's like really stupid. Good try, Todd.
Wait, is that's actually the
You
answer?
yeah, it says cauliflower in the comment. You did guess it.
It's like not even a joke.
You got it.
Not a joke.
No, it's like
Is he just trying to teach you about cauliflower?
I don't know, and that would be wrong.
Is his next super chat cauliflower, the main ingredient in cauliflower pizza, which is a healthy alternative to regular pizza?
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Alexis recently upgraded to a 4790K due to bottlenecking. I want to get a new GPU. 980 Ti, is that good? $250 budget. That's basically the best you're going to do for that budget, I think.
Sweet.
So yeah. Machiavelli asks, when are the mouse pads coming? I think we're going to get this message every week until they're here.
That's good.
Yeah, in a bit.
Yeah.
Kang says, this announcement is more about restrictions for microtransactions. The execution is really doubtful since the game company would be highly likely to find a workaround for this regulation since they want to get the money. We'll see. I mean, breaking the law in China is like not necessarily a good plan. Yeah. Hoshi says, love the channel, brought me back to the PC. Is it possible to run a Plex NAS server and a Steam cache from the same machine with Unraid? Yeah, you should be able to do that. I've never set up Steam caching on Unraid, although we did set up a Steam cache VM, like just using Unraid as a VM host, and then we had that running a Steam cache off of passed-through storage devices. So yes, you would definitely be able to do it. It's just a matter of how. Green Lungs, thanks Green Lungs. Gordon Child says, this conversation is stupid. Please move. Okay, I'll move on.
Sounds good.
Cole, can you please make LTT case badges, fangirls, etc.? Probably not anytime soon. VC Jester, more Gamers Nexus stuff. Hib Fisher, they shouldn't be limiting the user's playing ability. They need to use their strengths to make sure developers don't use predatory tactics. Yeah, but how do you define that?
That's extremely difficult.
It's tough. Luke says, I'm still waiting to buy your book. Luke O'Brien. I haven't even started writing it, so I guarantee you it'll be a bit.
It'll be in seasons passes.
Venom Squad says, when's the Minecraft server going online? We are planning to launch in just under a month.
Remember how you had your idea to release it in like sections and
Yeah.
make so people had to subscribe to
Episodic.
it? You should
novel.
do DLC, which is editor's notes on what you said.
That's hilarious.
And then you should have extra DLC that is like comments of people that you work with about what you said.
Totally.
Unlimited monetization potential.
You want a cut of your DLC?
Sure.
10%.
Sick. I'm in. Awesome. I'm so down. No one's gonna buy it, and I don't care.
Oh, they would. People would buy the crap out. They'd probably buy the crap out of yours, Yvonne's.
Oh, I'd buy Yvonne's. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this will totally work.
Yeah, like when I'm telling like my
I would 100%
origin,
buy Yvonne's.
I should have my mom do one.
Yeah.
I'd buy my mom's. Just like, what is she on about?
What does she think
Yeah,
about
what
this?
does she-
And you can't like read any of them and then change anything.
Yeah, I'd sign up for that.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick, though.
I don't think I would be.
I don't know.
Legitimately don't think I would be.
I was there for the roast.
Hey, I ended that really. I thought everyone was gonna be ending that with like as much as I did, and then mine was like really long. But I thought it was good. I thought my roast was pretty alright.
Jim says, would you recommend Synergy or Mouse Without Borders? I've never tried Mouse Without Borders, but there was another one we used recently that was pretty good that wasn't either of those two.
I was working on something recently that I set up Synergy
Yeah.
for, and the setup is a little clunky still. And there was a couple little issues that I had, but it did accomplish the goal. So
The other one was in the video where we had a Mac and a PC.
Yeah, on the super ultra wide monitor, we had a Mac and a PC. Maybe check out that one as well. One Thrust Man says, longtime listener on Apple Podcasts. People listen to this on Apple Podcasts?
yeah, he's the one.
Wow. Just wanted to thank you guys for the countless hours of entertainment. Thanks, One Thrust Man.
Yeah.
$10. Cool. What else we got? Robert Mail, more Gamers Nexus stuff.
Should you just call Steve and ask why he's like harassing
Sending
you in the
his
super
army
chat?
over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This ad break brought to you by the Gamers Nexus Mod Mat. It says deep fried lettuce. All right. Thanks, guys. And that's enough for today. We'll see you again next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Bye.
Oh, right. The intro thing. Where is it? There it is. Oh, crap.
I honestly wasn't that sold on the DLC idea. I just thought it was funny until you mentioned, like, I would buy Yvonne's, and I was like, oh my goodness, I would definitely buy Yvonne's. There should be additional DLC on top of that, where you are replying.
I get to reply?
Yeah.
You should work for EA.
Yeah.